What do you do, baby? Welcome to Genesee Army. Thank you guys for liking, watching, and subscribing. So I'm here today with Alex, the motherfucking OG. Say hello, Alex.
Yo, what's up?
Okay. Quick congratulations. By the way, you did really good recently with Android. What the fuck was the Android card called?
13, the trucker man.
Great job. So today we're doing the BANdai video. BANdai came out around 10 hours ago. And so let's just go over that real quick, just in case you guys don't know. Super Saiyan God, Son Goku, Crimson Warrior, the leader, has been banned. Further Instruction Champa has been banned. Hidden Power, E Supreme Kai has been banned. Majin Buu, Assault of the Agents of Destruction has been limited to Blue Unison, the Majin Buu Unison. Secret Identity has been removed from a ban list. And then there's a few riders that don't really matter, like the Android 21 and the Hercule. So let's go into this. And again, that doesn't matter. They're just making the playability of those cards easier. One thing that Alex pointed out to me recently is like there's like no reasoning for the bans, which rules as a fucking like rock and roll statement of like fuck you. Here's the ban list. So let's see here. What's okay? So Crimson, right? What are your thoughts, Alex, on... So, clearly Crimson's a great leader, and it just got, like... It got that errata, and it was... I mean, it's still good, you know? I'm one of the believers, by the way, I'll just preface this video. And let me know what you guys think of the ban list. Let me know how you think about Alex's thoughts, of my thoughts. I'm of the thought, usually, that, like... I don't want ever a ban list. Like, the only times I've ever wanted a ban list is when Mecha was rampant, SS3, Goku, you know, when it's really bad. However, I'll admit that it's kind of fun getting a ban list. I've never seen a ban list and, like, not had fun with the change of the meta. I think it's exciting. So I didn't think Crimson, like, needed a ban. But I'm also, like, if you wanted this card to get banned, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, so... That's my just thought on the ban list. So, Alex, what are your thoughts, first of all, on just ban lists in general? And then, what's your thoughts on this specific card, the Crimson leader getting banned?
I mean, ban lists in general, in my opinion, are good for the game. They throw the meta around. They make you play different things rather than playing the same thing over and over. Because there's a lot of like people out there that get comfortable with a deck, even if it's not the best deck. They get comfortable with their deck, and then they don't want to try other things.
True.
Because they're like, no, this is the best deck. I want to play this one. True. When it's obviously not the best deck. That's my feelings on Crimson, if you want me to be honest. People would be on the deck. I never thought it was the best deck. Yes, it won Nats. Obviously, that's good, but it was teched out to beat Red Sin and Red Gogeta, which, big shocker, the room was Red Sin, Red Gogeta, big shocker, the deck won Nats. But when it's teched out to beat those decks, and it can do good against those decks, what happens at Worlds when people don't bring red?
Yeah, right.
It loses.
That's awesome.
So
yeah.
I didn't think that it needed banned. I didn't think it was the best deck of the format. But but it got banned because, in my opinion, people were complaining too much about it. Yes, it took up big parts of the pie chart, but again, that's part of, if I'm being honest, it's part of just people grabbing the deck because other people were telling them it's the best deck.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna admit that I was wrong. I'm gonna admit that maybe I like the change. What I never liked about ban lists is the idea of me complaining about something that's going on that's not that bad, and I think that mentality made me go like, well, I don't want you guys to think I'm not a pussy. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, like I didn't want this leader banned. Whatever was good. That was so. But you're right. You're 100% right, bro. Like when there's a change that comes in, it makes a game so much fun. Or like when a card gets banned, like when God Sealing got banned, I can see why you would be mad about that. But like the amount of cool cards that became playable, like that dude playing Trunks Cheetah, tapping like 7 for like the yellow Frieza TOP card is like sick, dude.
You
like,
could never do that with Godseal around.
Never. in 1,000 years. So let me know what you guys think about the Crimson one. So next, let me lead with this one, alright? Let me talk about some of my favorite cards in the game are Champa and Hidden Power, E Supreme Kai. And my thoughts in like forever about Champa and Bean have been like, if you, for example, like if you ban Sensu Bean, aggro decks are just gonna destroy the game. Because Senzu Bean is like one of the best cards for defense, but the game evolved so much since then, right? That we have so many defensive cards that can just do that. Now we have leaders that can just bean themselves. We have Crimson who could do it offensively, right? So I guess it got to a point where like it was the same thing with Champa, and like for the longest time, and even to this moment, I don't think they needed to ban Champa and like Hidden Power. But like, if you were gonna do it, this is kind of the right way to do it, because they actually took the time and gave it a couple of sets to give a couple of archetypes their own Champas and their own decks their own Champas. And it's funny because usually they pull the trigger quick. Like they'll release a Silver Bullet and in the same set like ban the card that the Silver Bullet's for. Like I've seen them do that like back in like set 4 and 5, and I'm like, so when you see a reveal, you can kind of tell what the ban list is going to be, which is odd, right? So when I first saw Double Strike attached to like archetypes like a couple sets ago, I was like, oh shit, they're going to get rid of Champa, and they never did. And then a set came out again, and then they didn't get rid of it. So they let it sit, and they were testing the waters with these new Champas, and you know what? If you're gonna get rid of it, that's the way to do it, I guess. Because now we have so many abilities that, like, I mean, you can like that Majin Vegeta leader is like a perfect example. That yellow one, that he has his own double strike built in. Trunks Vegeta has his own double strike built in, and it's such a like, and it's funny because in this game, like shotgunning is such a like unique thing that only this game does in a weird way. Because no other game has a value of like taking its own life and having that be a resource in the way that this game does it. So like shotgunning for life and then adding double strike to something has always been such a like thing that this game does that I love. So if you're gonna ban Champa, I'm okay with the fact that we have other options for it now, and I'm okay with like. By the way, if your deck can like activate battle, become double strike, your deck is so much better now. You know what I mean? So if you're a green android and you can use that android card to make yourself double strike, then you know that's sick. So, but I can't believe I'm having that opinion. But Alex, what do you think about Champa and Hidden Power E Supreme Kai? The hit on those cards.
More of what I'm surprised with is that you weren't complaining more. Like I thought you were gonna lose your mind seeing these cards banned. To be honest,
I love Champa. Yeah,
but. I mean, me personally, I think it's good for the game that they're gone. Personally, I have never been a fan of Champa and Kai. I have never liked the idea that I need to be worried about a Cyberman token punching me for game when I'm at 2 life.
Yeah,
like I think that was really unhealthy. From the start of when I started playing the game, which was, I believe, Battle Evolution is when I started, and getting punched while I'm at 2 life, and I'm like, oh, I'm okay to take this hit, and then I'm getting Champa.
I
never liked that. So, so there are decks that, like you said, that have their own archetype Champas. They have like GT Vegeta Ramp has his own Champa with the Bulma card. The new Warp Goku has a Champa within the Vegeta GT card. He, I believe, double strikes a Saiyan card.
Correct.
There are a few other ones that have it, like the Red Android 13 deck I played. The leader can Champa himself when you set it up correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So there are decks that they give the ability to Champa themselves. Trunks Vegeta is a good example. He's one that can Champa himself. Yeah. So it's just now those decks that can Champa themselves can't shotgun a Champa early, or can't shotgun their effects early and then fall back on a Champa later. Right. They have to wait, and they have to think about, when do I really want to use this, because Champas are gone. I also never liked Champa because he was specifically red, and they never printed one for every color. I'm one of those people that are like, if they have this really broken card, can you please give it to every color? If it's not like, if it's so like a generic thing. Yeah. Because you can see, you'll see, for an example, let's say me and you are playing a game, you're playing, I don't know, Pan, I'm playing Yellow Vegito, the new one that just came out. If I play Champa in my deck, and my hand is gas, and I have a Champa in my hand, I can't charge Champa. You can charge Champa, I can't. Of course, I never liked that idea. But I mean, Champa and Kai going is, in my opinion, better for the game, because it's gonna stop people from getting just double striked out for no reason, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good opinion. Well said. So, my opinion, why I was always mad about the idea of Senzu being or Champa leaving is because those cards were defensive and offensive staples, and like without them, that side of the battle loses like its biggest offender or defender. You know what I mean? Their biggest protector, or
Yeah.
just lost its biggest protector, or whatever the fuck. What's the? So it's like if you take out, yeah, if you take out but back then, yeah, if you take out Champa and like set 10, like I mean, even now, I'm thinking to myself like if you take out Champa, like control decks are just like rampant. But it's to the point that I don't think so. I think we have enough aggressive decks that can just like deal without Champa, or like just have their own Champa built in. So like, who cares? A lot of people, not me, but a lot of people weren't using Champa in decks like Trunks, right? Because like Trunks, obviously you have that, you have a built-in double striker, you have cooler, so like, you know, whatever, right? But I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Let me know what you guys think if you're watching from home, and you see, and I know this is one of those things that everyone's like hates it or love it kind of thing. I've seen a lot of different opinions on it, and but I get it. But let's see the next one. Hey, what's the limit on this card? On the Majin Buu Assault, what is it limited to now? 1?
It's limited to 1, yeah. So that was actually something I was going to mention. You said that it makes blue decks better that Champa and Kai are gone. That's true, but they did hit Bunison, which was a huge thing for blue decks.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like, I don't know, man. Like, that card is so good. And people have been asking for it to get bodied for a while. I kind of get, I mean, I get this. The card's so nasty. Like, it's one of the best, strongest unisons. You could have printed this as an SCR. I used to think back in the day, dude, you can make this an SCR. And it's, like, pretty good.
Hey, they made it an SCR. It's a 1-of now.
Yeah, exactly, right, yeah. Dude, blue's going to be the new yellow with all these 1-ofs. Make Godseal a 1-of, too.
No, but, this was a card that I feel that they hit solely because the community kept crying about it.
Yes. I don't think it needed to at all, yeah.
I don't think Bunison needed hit solely for the fact that we're getting so many cards that just hit unisons specifically now. Because before the issue was we didn't have cards that really hit unisons. Now that we have, like, in green, you just punch them with a 15k, combo a Gohan SGR, boom, Bunison's dead. You, in red, you can have, like, really aggressive certain strategies that, like, you can bait out the bottom deck and then play a card that's constantly negging the unison and then just kill it like that. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of decks can do to, like, bait out the bottom deck and then deal with the unison itself. When I play Bunisons, it doesn't normally live more than a turn or two unless I'm playing a really, really hard, like, defensive deck.
Yeah. I've seen, I mean, when red came out a couple sets ago, like, Sin Shenron, I remember you and I thinking, like, dude, they made these cards to, like, kill Buu Unison. And it didn't, like, exactly do that, but it introduced more cards that could... So, I don't know. It was on a downhill playability. It's definitely not as playable as, like, it was back in, like, set 12, you know, like, so... So, but whatever. I'm okay with this. I mean, it's at 1, whatever. I don't think it was...
fine.
Yeah, seeing so much play that I care. This one's weird, though. Let me go to the next... Yeah, Secret Identity coming back, dude. Like, when it left, I don't think it needed to be gone. And I won't say what you said on the chat. I want you to say that because I know that's a very good thought, your opinion. But so that was a good one. I'll let you say what you said. But I was okay when this card got banned, but I kind of wasn't. I was like, why is it getting banned? And I'm like, and then someone's like, oh well, you know, it's really bad against like this deck, and I was like, I guess. And then that deck came back, and I'm like, well, okay, like. But this and FAF, I was like, why are these getting banned? And then BANdai was like, oh, you're using it too much. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's a good card, like, whatever. So, yeah, it's like, fucking what? Like, you know, that's how it works. So I'm like, I was like, all right, I'll play Feign Greeting, and I still might play that new SS4 Goku crit draw card. It's so sick. So, I mean, but whatever, no, I'm going to play this card now. But, so tell me, Alex, what are your thoughts on this card coming back?
So, when this card got banned, it was along the reasoning of something like, to diversify the card pool, we're going to ban Fighting Against Fate and Secret Identity because they're too used, you know, things like that, like you said. I think that was fine because I never liked FAF. I didn't like the idea of being able to throw down a 25k dual attacker for no resources.
Yeah.
It won games that you didn't need to win.
Yeah.
So I just never liked FAF. Identity though was a little bit different. I was like, was this a card that needed to be hit? It wasn't dual attack. It was 25k, not 30k. It did clear a bunch of things, which was kind of an issue. So them bringing it back is odd though, because it's like we're getting strictly worse versions outside of their decks, quote unquote, with like the Dark Broly that warps one card off the board. But like if you're a black leader, you can play it from warp later in the game, I guess. We're getting the new Champ Pack Vegeta that's warp one card on the board, but if you're in the Kai of Time deck, or I don't think it's Kai of Time, I think it actually just looks for a Goku Xeno to gain like some other effect.
Yeah.
But I believe that they brought it back because the last regional Bulma won, and this card when I played Bulma, this card was a hindrance.
That's such a good take. That's like not even a hot take, dude. That's fucking gold.
Like, I literally think that they saw that Bulma won, and they knew that the community was going to cry about it again, because every time Bulma tops, everyone cries about it.
Sick.
Like I'm not even joking. Like, I think right after the regional ended, it was like nonstop post about Danny topping with Bulma. and so I feel like they preemptively brought this back.
Yeah.
Not even to 1, they brought it to 4.
Yeah. I mean,
it just brought the card back,
yeah,
and I feel like it's because Bulma topped, and this card hits Bulma really hard because it can just take away so many blockers at once.
Yeah, and it warps them because a lot of them loop, obviously. So, but this obviously warps the cards. Yeah, but I can just hear him saying like, "You could not live with your own failure." You know, I can
so it brought you back to me.
Yeah. But yeah, that's so funny when you said, holy shit, boys, I know why this shit got banned, because Bulma topped or won. I was like, that's funny. Because, I mean, yeah, maybe, like, you know. Let's see, is that the only... Okay, yeah, and there's like a few erratas. So, yeah, what do you guys think? I'm like, so, one mentality also that I see going around is like, no one's going to be happy all the time about any ban list. And there's always the thought of like, man, this should have gotten hit, or like they should have hit more things, or they should have brought back something. Like, I think look, if BANdai doesn't give a fuck about green, just bring back Roshi. Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, that's something I agree with. Yeah,
like, is Super Saiyan 4 like Goku gonna really break the game with Roshi? Like, what? Like, is Broly gonna break the game with Roshi? Like, I know that Broly does extra card shenanigans, and he might actually, but like, give it a shot. Give it a chance. Can we give Green a chance?
No,
fuck, dude.
With the bring back of Identity, it opens a door that they might start unbanning more cards to try and play around with stuff like that, and I do like the idea of that. But yeah, no, it's like Green, I really hope they do bring something back, because there's a lot of these green decks that are like very gimmicky, that don't do enough, but like
extremely gimmicky.
And I feel like BANdai is teetering on the edge, because I know the last time they had a broken green deck, it was Cell Surge, and it was not fun to play against.
I mean, whatever.
And I feel like they're scared of making a deck like that is going to just oppress the opponent so hard that they can't really play the game. Sure. So I feel like they're being very careful, and they don't want to make a deck that's like broken, because then Dormant exists with it.
Skill issue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Skill issue. Get good at fucking writing the card.
Around it.
Like, it's not even like, bro, it's like when they write a green card, and I'm not a BANdai hater. I'm usually pretty positive about BANdai, as much of a piece of shit that I am. But like, when it comes to green cards, I lay the fucking foot down, because like, you said it perfectly. They're so gimmicky, and the way they pussyfoot, like, blue will just be like, untap 3, draw a card, fuck you. And then yellow will be like, all right, anytime you play a card, rest it, and then I draw a card. And then, like, when I evolve, I draw a card. And then when I swing, I draw a card. And then, fuck you, I'm double strike if I, like, Z Awaken. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, why are green decks having to, like, have a card in the warp, drop one, draw one, just to, like, look at the top 5? And I'm like, just draw, bro. Yeah, can you just draw?
A good example is the new Super 17 deck. I was really excited to play it because I thought the artwork for that deck was beautiful. I'm like, you know what, maybe this deck will do something. Dude, I put together the deck, and and it was so specific about stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it wants a Hellfighter /17, I believe, in the battle area, and then a Hellfighter /17 in the Z energy in order to awaken. And then in order to play your Super 17s, you need to eat a Hellfighter from the Z energy, and you need to eat a 17 from your battle area to play the card. Then you have to. Then in order to Z awaken, you need, or to flip between your Z leaders, you need to constantly be taking cards from under your Super 17s to juggle between your Z leaders. And the Z leaders aren't anything special, if you want me to be quite honest. One of them's like an auto once per turn for some reason, draw a card. If your opponent taps an energy during your turn, restand it. But is that worth it? No, because it's once per turn, draw a card for some reason.
Right, you could have drawn 2, and like which Blue Samasu got. So Blue Samasu was able to do that, but like God forbid the other cards that may have dual attack that suck, like Red Vegeta could have had draw 2. You know, like this card could have gotten draw 2. You know.
Exactly, and it's just like the boss card of the deck. You get boss cards. Look in the same set. We have a boss card for Android 21.
Yeah.
Which nukes the whole board, if I'm not mistaken. Does it nuke the whole board? I can't recall if it nukes the whole board.
Yeah, puts your cards under their card, yeah.
No, that's the SCR you're thinking of.
Oh, sorry, it's a 2. Sorry, I confused their SCR with their SR.
Yeah.
Because because the fucking thing came out like turn 2. Sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to find. Do I have a copy of the SR? I don't.
No, but I know what you mean. There's a fuck ton of removal that deck has in comparison. And Cumber, pick a color. Cumber has it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like even red. Like I'm sorry, red this set like is not well. The jury's still out on Invoker. We don't know how, but like that deck. What's the Anilaza deck? Like that deck has like some like removal like that's way easier to do even than this green shit. And Anilaza sucks.
The Anilaza combo can like neg 3 cards 30k.
Deal 3 damage while doing it. Yeah.
It can burn a life when it swings. It can the Android 21 card untaps 5 energy at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
You've got Invoker in this set. And then you have this boss card that's like you got to set up perfectly, and then when you play it, your opponent discards a card and you pop a card, not ignoring Barry.
So what's funny is watching you play that 17 deck, you were doing some shit, and I was like, I don't know if you remember, but I was playing somebody next to you. We were at a friend's house, and we were all testing, and he was playing 17, and I heard him say cool shit. I heard him say like, oh, and then now it's my turn, so I'm gonna switch Z leaders, and like, if you like untap an energy, I KO something, and then like if you attack, I untap my leader, and I was like, oh shit, like he's flipping, and then my game stopped, and then I asked him, I'm like, whoa, that 17 leader's doing cool shit, and he's like, yeah, I'm tapping 4 every time, or I'm doing this every time to do it, and he explained what he had to do to do that combo. And I was like, ugh, like fucking no thanks. Like, yeah. Meanwhile, like we were like fucking tapping 1 for Cumber, and like playing Cumber also, like playing some of these new decks, and then watching you play that, because you played SS4 and you played 17, but watching the comparison between the two is like pitiful. Anyway, this video is turning from like ban this to like talking shit about green, but it's like, so my point is, if clearly each color has a developer. I mean, clearly. Or there's one developer for Dragon Ball Super card game, and then there's one developer for green, and he's like retarded. And I'm not like, I mean that in the medical sense from the 90s. He's retarded, and he doesn't know. And the guy that bans the cards is a different guy, and he doesn't. You know, the cards they brought back. They've brought a card back before. It was the fucking yellow Go tanks, and I'm like, well, yellow didn't need that. It
was the one that worked with Bardock, right?
Yeah,
but they banned Bardock.
Yeah.
No,
which fine, but like, dude, how about you just give green some? Like, what are you afraid of? I want to know at this point. What are you afraid of? Look, if you're I get it. Hand destruction's gonna kill you. If you go, the line is very thin between like tier 5 hand control and like tier 0 hand control. It's a very thin line. You'd be surprised. But, okay, then don't make it hand control. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, you've completely ignored archetype identity and color identity for some... I'm sorry, Majin Vegeta, the green leader, that's a red leader, in my opinion.
Same with Gohan superhero.
Yeah, this new red one, this new yellow Majin Vegeta is also a fucking red leader. My bad. Like, what? Like, you don't care about color identity, so just keep that same energy with green. Just stop fucking around with these texts and just say, like, swing lead, draw a card, KO 2 cards. I don't know. Like, give me some KO a card. And, like, have a team to test it. I don't know. Or you know what they can do, bro? Here's what they do. Are you ready for this? Let's say a set comes out. Let's say they're building this set with Cumber. This is all they gotta do. They grab Cumber, they left click, style, color, change from black to green, and then they go to SS4, change from green to black, release the set. And change, like, you know how Cumber warps battle cards? Fuck it. Just say KO battle cards. Now it's a green leader. There you go. Not that hard.
Yeah, no.
I just fixed the game, Craig. You're welcome. Yay! Yay! Frank Castle fixed the game. Yay! It's over. I fixed the game. That's how you fucking do it. No wording, no thinking, no nothing. Just build your set like you usually do. And then right before you release it, just make the fucking good decks green. And this is just let it go. And if you feel badly about it, why do you feel badly about it? You were just about to release it as a green or a black deck and a red deck. Fucking assholes. I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say the only other thing I have to say about the ban list is, like,
yeah, talk about
I prefer if we have reasonings to why certain things are getting hit.
Yeah.
I really feel like this ban list was just thrown out there because the community was complaining. If they, I was saying, like, I'd prefer if they just told us if we had a ban list or not at all. I wasn't expecting a ban list. I was expecting them to say, we're going to go forward with no ban list, da-da-da. I was fully prepared for that.
Really?
But,
okay.
Yeah, but, I mean, when they shoot out a ban list that has questionable cards, like Champa being banned, that's, like, a really questionable one. But I see because they're you know, doing the archetypal ones.
Dude,
but I would prefer reasonings to why.
The
like,
people that want
better.
Champa banned are the biggest type of crybabies in the game, though. Like, if you just look, go to the comments and see the people that want that card banned and click on them. They all play Janemba. Like, they're that guy. Every time they're that fucking guy. So, like, just give it to him. At this point, that guy sucks. Like, yeah, just give it to him. You know what I mean? Like, and at this point, I've grown to, like, be okay with the idea, just because I don't think the game's gonna suffer much from it, just because we just have that card in our types at this point. So I'm like, I'm fine with it. But that guy needed to shut the fuck up. But he'll find another thing to, like, complain about.
I mean, people complain
100%. Yeah, exactly.
Like next thing you know, we're gonna get somebody complaining Final Flash needs to be banned.
Yeah, Final Flash. But I mean, I understand the thing with Champa. So I mean, I get it to some degree. I don't think it was dire, but I like the change this is gonna do to the game. Let me think. So what color didn't get hit though? Like, I know red. Like, red is just not on here, right? So blue took a hit.
It was mostly blue. Like, Champa and Kai being hit, while it hits the game, it's also mostly hitting yellow. If you want to think about it that way, because Mira Champa Oolong is no longer a combo. You can't do that anymore. It's just Mira Oolong, which is still good, but you can't back it by a Champa. Yeah. Which was, like, the issue where you could put them from 3 to 0 on infinite attack.
I mean, I can always Trunks leader or Majin Vegeta leader double strike lead, and then just be like, all right, well, fucking Cooler into Piccolo.
Exactly. So there's still a good amount of stuff you can do, but no, yellow didn't get touched. Black got, well, everyone got buffed with identity. But no, it was just blue, really, that got hit. Yeah, just let it hit to blue. I mean, I guess I'm okay with that. And I guess people are mad about red being strong. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand. You're not wrong if you're upset about red. The only thing I'm really upset about is just green. Just I don't get it. You know what? It's got to be intentional at this point, that they just don't give a fuck about green. It's got to be a joke. It's got to be like every set. They're like,
what do you guys think are the 2 worst leaders? Just make them green. That's gotta be.
No, it's like Jeff is in the back and he's like, guys,
yeah,
I have this really cool gimmick for a black deck.
yeah.
Let's make it start at 4 life, but it's a stronger leader. We can do all this cool stuff with all these overwhelms and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, stop at the 4 life. Let's give that to Champa and Beerus for green.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like forgetting that getting more. I don't know. It's so out of touch with the game. But by the way, it's always funny when you see that they made a leader or a card that's meant for one thing, and then the competitive community turn it into like something else entirely. Like imagine the surprise of like Japan when they saw American Nats and like Crimson Bean everywhere. I always think that's funny. They're like, wait, who's topping? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
who's topping this leader that no one played because back when it was. Back when it came out, it was just baby Soul Striker because Soul Striker was still around. Big shocker. I think people might be going back to Soul Striker, but I don't know if the lack of Self Awakening will keep it from doing anything.
Yeah, I just want to be a fly in the wall when they're like Son Goku, Crimson, why did you do they're just like, how's this deck doing that shit? But it's always funny. It happens so many times where like a card they print out. Not at all gets used the way they wanted it to, and that's always fun. And they have to like have a headache every time someone tops with a weird strategy that they weren't fucking thinking about.
They weren't ready for it.
Yeah. It's like the day that they woke up and they saw like the swap engine that they made being put on Hirudegarn and just like demolishing everyone. And like they're like, what's going on here? But yeah, if you're watching from home, let me know what you guys think. I know there's a lot of the people are split on this ban list, so let me know what you guys think. I'm excited to see where the decks go from now on. I kind of wanted. Is there anything that look? I like I said, I never want a ban list, but I thought it'd be kind of sweet to maybe see Yellow Trunks take a hit. Not because I wanted a hit on Trunks, but because if Yellow Trunks gets hit, Cumber is like I think Cumber may auto lose to Trunks, and I feel like I wanted Majin Vegeta to have the shot of being the because when I'm building Yellow Majin Vegeta, I just feel like why am I building this? Like Trunks
You're building it to have fun and not play the same deck everyone else.
I know, dude, but I'm literally thinking like that. Yellow Trunks is literally right there.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's just better.
Dude, if this was Yu-Gi-Oh, Yellow Trunks would be fucked. Like, Yellow Trunks, yeah, this shit would not. Dude, Yu-Gi-Oh's ruthless. So, like, dude, we're building a Blue Eyes deck? Dude, ban everything else, dude. Like, people are buying this shit.
Let's make this deck the meta deck. Ban everything else.
Oh, it's not meta? We'll make it meta. Like, and we'll make sure.
Majin Vegeta and Vegeta won't be meta because Trunks Vegeta is meta? All right, let's ban all the cantrips in Trunks Vegeta.
Yeah, exactly. We're not banning Trunks Vegeta. Don't worry. We fucking settled right down the middle. We're keeping the leader, but 3-drop Trunks is gone. And Yu-Gi-Oh's awesome.
Like,
we gotta switch devs for a month just to watch us go back to set 3.
Dude, if we switch devs for a month, our ban list will be literally like 4 times as long.
Anilaza would get banned 100%.
Dude, they just banned like the old dual Zamasu leader because they're like, wait, dual attack on a blue? Nah, ban this.
No, fuck this. You guys are gonna think about it. You're gonna realize this deck is sick. By the way, that leader is sick. By the way, I do love that leader. That leader you're talking about, the dual attack Zamasu.
Oh yeah, I think it actually got support this set, if I'm not mistaken.
Did it actually?
It might have.
But all right,
I think it actually did.
If you guys are watching, what do you guys think? What are you pissed? I know you're mad about something. If you're watching.
I'm mad about Champa.
Yeah, just tell me what you're mad about. You're mad about Champa probably. Dude, this shit comes out 6 months ago. I'll be pissed. Because Champa, dude. I have my Champas. I gotta get him out of here, dude. Like whatever. So let me know what you guys think. Well, Alex, I'll see you later today at Locals.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, if you're watching at home, yeah, just share your thoughts. I'll see you guys later.